Over 70% of business and marketing strategies fail. And usually it's not because the idea was a bad idea. In today's video, we will be breaking down the 3 main reasons why strategies fail and what you can do about it. So welcome back to another episode of The Dailies. My name is Lauren Nelson. I am the founder and CEO of LMM Africa, a digital marketing company. And I'm also a personal brand and sales coach where I teach entrepreneurs how to turn perfect strangers into paying customers online just by using their personal brand. So let's get into today's talk because I know you're at the point right now where you are ready to get results. You are tired of putting in the hours of planning only to get to week 2 of your strategy and everything falls through. Trust me, I've been there. My clients have been there, but we know what it's like to be on the other side, and I want to see you winning. According to McKinsey & Company, one of the biggest reasons why at least 70% of business and marketing strategies fail is because of unrealistic and rushed timelines. The reason why this is important to take note of is because when you are rushing, when you are trying to get results quicker than what your numbers are saying that you can get, you are setting yourself up for failure. And the quickest way to overcome this is by going back and looking at your data. When you look at your numbers will never lie. And once you see and you break down the different conversions and the different parts of your sales funnel, and you have a better understanding of what to expect and when, that's when you're able to do the simple math and plan a strategy that will actually get you the results that you're seeking in a time frame that is actually realistic and feasible. But where most people go wrong is they don't take the time and energy to look back at their numbers. And I will be the first to tell you, if you don't look at where you're coming from, it will be very hard to plan where you are going. And you'll find yourself in this loop of frustration because you are not basing your actions off of anything substantial. You're just guessing. And from those guesses, you get guess results. And so if you want consistent and intentional results, you have to make intentional and strategic plans based on your past. The second reason why you might be struggling to see results from your strategy is because you are not giving yourself enough time to get the results you're looking for. In a Harvard Business Review, they stated that it takes on average 6 to 12 months to see real results from any type of strategy. However, most business leaders pull away from their strategy, pull away from executing on that strategy if they're not seeing any type of results within the first 60 to 90 days. So imagine you create a plan. You want these huge results, but instead of seeing it all the way through, you cut your time in half. That is where most people are going wrong. When you are not giving yourself enough time for the strategy to work itself out, for you to collect enough data to make well-informed decisions, you are cutting yourself short. And trust me, I completely get it. It's very, very easy and very, very tempting to cut your strategy time short. But in reality, when you cut your time short, not only are you doing your audience a disservice, but you're doing yourself a disservice as well, especially if you have real value that you're providing. So remember, if you're looking to create a strategy that will give you results consistently, you need to give yourself enough time to adjust, adapt, and make the necessary changes so that you can come out on the other side successfully. So now moving into our third and final point. The reason why your strategies are not profitable and you're not able to get results consistently is because you are not following all the way through. You end your strategy within the first 2 weeks because you're frustrated that you are not seeing immediate results. And I want to let you know, especially just from my personal experience, that building momentum takes time. And this is especially true if you are building your community or you're building your business organically. So the one thing that I want you to remember is that it takes time to build momentum. And that momentum does not start within the first 2 weeks. I've seen too many people quit within the first 2 weeks of their strategy because they aren't getting the engagement that they hoped they would. And so this comes back to adjusting your expectations. When you start showing up, know that you need to give yourself enough grace to not only learn the skill of content creation and showing up online using your personal brand, but you also need to allow your audience to adapt, allow the algorithms to learn your content so that they can push it out to the right people. But if you give up too soon, you will never succeed. And this is usually, again, the loop that most people see themselves in. They give up right before they hit the mark where they start seeing results, or at least they get small results. But you have to be patient. You have to want it bad enough to see it all the way through. So here's what I want you to do. For your next strategy, no matter how rough you may think it is, follow it all the way through. And I promise you, once you take the time to follow all the way through one of your strategies, and even if you start off with as little as 1 month just to get started, you will have enough data to make a well-informed decision on how to move forward in your business. And it's really as simple as that. Staying committed to the process, looking at the data, and making your pivots, making your adjustments based off of that data. And once you're able to get in the rhythm and a habit of doing that consistently, I promise you, by the end of 6 months, your business will completely turn around because you stayed committed to the process. I want to end with a quick recap again of what we touched on in today's video. Number 1, make sure your strategy is not rushed. If you're going to be doing a 1-month strategy, make sure you have realistic goals, realistic objectives, and you're planning accordingly for 1 month. Again, same thing goes for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Make sure you are planning realistically. Number 2, again, make sure that you are planning thoroughly. Look back at your data, understand what worked before, what didn't work before, so that you can create a plan that is predictable and consistent with your previous results. And tip number 3, execute completely. Do not give up within the first week because you are not seeing results. Creating momentum takes time, seeing results takes time, and it requires a different level of commitment to your success in order to see it through. So with that being said, if this was helpful, please go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section. And one more announcement before we go. If you are interested in learning how to use your personal brand to sell online, then I want to invite you to the Content to Cash Masterclass, where I will teach you how to turn perfect strangers into paying customers just by using your personal brand. So in this class, I will teach you the psychology behind sales. I'll teach you my signature sales content framework, and I'll show you how to sell confidently online so that you can get the results you've been looking for. So to sign up now, read the description down below, and let me just tell you, this is going to be one of my biggest classes yet, so we can't wait to see you there. With that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.